In our fast-paced world, few experiences test our patience like travel. Delayed flights, lost luggage, missed connections, these modern trials reveal our true character. Today's story is about Maya, a woman who discovered an ancient philosophy that transformed her journey, and perhaps will transform yours as well. Maya was what you might call a seasoned business traveler. With her perfectly packed carry-on and meticulously planned itinerary, she prided herself on navigating airports with the precision of a military operation. Control what you can control, she often told her colleagues, and for years, this approach had served her well. Until today. Maya stared at the departure board in disbelief. Her flight to Singapore, where she was scheduled to deliver the most important presentation of her career, had been delayed by 5 hours due to severe weather. "This can't be happening," she muttered, feeling her heart rate accelerate. "The client meeting is tomorrow morning. I'll barely have time to check into the hotel, let alone prepare." She joined the line of frustrated passengers at the customer service desk, each face mirroring her own anxiety and anger. The line moved painfully slowly. As Maya waited, she noticed an elderly man sitting calmly nearby, reading a book. Unlike everyone else in the terminal, he seemed completely at peace. No pacing, no angry phone calls, no exasperated sighs. Curiosity got the better of her. When the man looked up, Maya gestured to the departure board. "You don't seem bothered by the delay," she said. The man smiled. "There's a storm. I can't control the weather. But don't you have somewhere to be?" Maya asked. "Of course," he replied. "But getting upset won't make the plane take off any sooner." The ancient Stoics had a practice for situations like this. Maya raised an eyebrow. "Stoics?" "Yes," the man said, showing her his book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. The Stoics were philosophers who believed that peace comes not from controlling external events, but from controlling our response to them. He introduced himself as Professor Chen, a philosophy teacher returning from a conference. The Stoics had a simple but powerful idea, he continued. They divided all things into two categories, things we can control and things we cannot. Professor Chen drew a simple circle on a napkin. Inside this circle are things you can control, your thoughts, your judgments, your actions. Outside are things you cannot, the weather, other people's actions, past events. The secret to tranquility is focusing your energy only on what's inside the circle. Maya looked skeptical. "That sounds nice in theory, but I have a career-defining presentation tomorrow." "Let's apply the Stoic approach to your situation," Professor Chen suggested. "Can you control the weather?" "No." "Can you control the airline's response to the weather?" "No." "What can you control right now?" Maya thought for a moment. "I can control how I use this time. I could review my presentation. I could email my client to let them know I might be delayed." "Exactly," Professor Chen nodded. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. By focusing only on what you can influence, you free yourself from the frustration of trying to control the uncontrollable. Just then, Maya's phone rang. It was the airline's automated system, informing her that her luggage had been misrouted to Manila. Maya felt her blood pressure rising again. "So much for Stoicism," she said bitterly. "Now I have no clothes for my presentation." Professor Chen remained calm. "This is another opportunity to practice. What aspects of this situation can you control?" Maya took a deep breath. "I can file a report. I can buy essentials for overnight. I can focus on delivering a great presentation regardless of what I'm wearing." "And what can't you control?" "Where my luggage is right now." "So where should you focus your energy?" Maya nodded slowly, understanding dawning. She filed the luggage report, then used her unexpected free time to refine her presentation. She even found a shop in the terminal where she could purchase a simple but professional outfit. When the flight finally boarded 5 hours later, Maya was surprised to find herself feeling relatively calm. Professor Chen sat across the aisle from her. "There's another Stoic practice that might help you," he said. "It's called negative visualization." "That doesn't sound very positive," Maya laughed. It's actually quite powerful, he explained. The Stoics would regularly imagine losing the things they valued, health, possessions, even loved ones. Not to be morbid, but to appreciate what they had more deeply. Try it, he suggested. Imagine your flight gets cancelled entirely. What would you do? Maya considered this. I'd have to reschedule the meeting. It would be disappointing, but not the end of the world. Now, doesn't the current delay seem more manageable by comparison? Maya had to admit it did. This mental shift made her current situation feel less catastrophic. As they spoke, the captain announced another delay for mechanical issues. The passengers around them groaned collectively. One more Stoic technique, Professor Chen offered. The view from above. Imagine viewing your current problem from far away, from above the clouds, or even from space. How significant does it seem from that perspective? Maya closed her eyes and imagined seeing herself from above, one tiny figure in a massive airport, on a small island, on a blue planet. Her delayed flight seemed suddenly insignificant in the grand scheme of things. When she opened her eyes, she felt a profound sense of calm. It's strange, she said. Nothing about my situation has changed, but I feel completely different about it. That's the essence of Stoicism, Professor Chen smiled. We can't control the waves, but we can learn to sail. When Maya finally arrived in Singapore, more challenges awaited. Her hotel had given away her room due to her late arrival. The client had moved the meeting 2 hours earlier. Her phone charger was in her lost luggage. But something had changed in Maya. Instead of her usual panic, she approached each problem methodically, focusing only on what she could control. She found another hotel. She prepared for the earlier meeting. She borrowed a charger from the hotel front desk. And when she finally stood before the clients, wearing her terminal purchased outfit, running on little sleep but with perfect composure, she delivered the presentation of her career. Afterward, one client remarked, "You must have had a smooth journey to be so collected." Maya smiled. Actually, it was quite the opposite. But I recently learned that peace doesn't come from controlling your circumstances, it comes from controlling your response to them. That night, as Maya finally relaxed in her hotel room, she received a notification that her luggage had been found. She felt grateful, but realized she would have been fine either way. She opened her laptop and ordered her own copy of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Her journey with Stoicism was just beginning. Like Maya, we all face storms we cannot control, delayed flights in life's journey, lost luggage along our path. The Stoics remind us that tranquility comes not from controlling the uncontrollable, but from mastering our response. Next time you face your own travel disruption, whether literal or metaphorical, remember the Stoic practices that helped Maya find peace. First, distinguish between what you can and cannot control. Second, practice negative visualization to gain perspective. And third, take the view from above to see your challenges in proper proportion. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Safe travels on your journey, wherever it may lead you. If you found value in this story, please consider subscribing to the channel for more philosophical journeys. And remember, we can't control the path, but we can control how we walk it. Until next time.